Commonwealth, Commonwealth, the former empire, now Commonwealth. Is it relevant? Probably not, but why not give this part a shot? Stay tuned, here comes Uncommonwealth, the podcast.
And we're live from the Uncommonwealth podcast studio here in Midtown Manhattan.
Alrighty, friends. Well, as you know, we did this a couple of weeks ago. I use a lot of slang, talking here, a lot of Australian slang that is, and I forget sometimes that words and phrases I use are actually Australian slang, but when Americans look at me confused, that's when I piece it together. So I've got some slang Australian words and phrases here that I want you guys to try and work out the true meaning. And the first one, it's a phrase. What do you think it means if I were to say, oh, you're carrying on like a pork chop?
Like a pork chop?
Mm-hmm.
You're carrying on like a pork chop.
You look hungry.
You're cheap.
You're cheap?
Oh, that's a good one.
You're rambling. You're not making sense.
You're not paying
you're
your way at the bar. You're not buying the rounds.
What made you think of that?
I think pork chops are traditionally like a cheap sort of
An alternative to
Wait,
beef.
I think Adam's on the right track. There's a lot of fat in what you're saying. It's you're carrying on you're not getting to the point. You're not being precise.
I like the logic, although unfortunately you're all incorrect.
Okay, wait. Let's do. We guess.
Well, can we all agree it's a dumb phrase before we hear the answer?
You're acting like a pig. You're stuffing your face, being all pig-like.
Ooh, that's also good, but wrong. Actually, that's better than the real meaning.
Oh.
Yeah, the real meaning
Anything is better than what we're about to hear.
You're acting silly. You're being stupid. You're being...
Explain.
Where does that come
Australian
from?
man.
Are pigs silly?
None of this makes any sense.
You're carrying on like a pork chop.
All right, what do you think it means?
It's adorable, though.
Yeah,
it is adorable.
What do you think it means if someone dropped their guts?
They threw up?
Threw up, yeah.
Threw up. Vomit.
Vomit.
They lost their dignity somewhere. They
By throwing up?
I like how you went to write to like a metaphysical, emotional thing instead of like an actual...
I always think it's about missing your parents. It's some Freudian...
It's always about my dad. It's always about my dad.
Okay, I think we got a lot to talk through. No, it means a fart, a particularly smelly fart.
Okay, what was the thing? What was it again?
To drop your guts.
I can get that. I can get that.
God,
It's like,
Australia.
how would you use it? Like, who dropped their guts?
Yep,
like
exactly.
that? Okay.
Do you say that a lot? Like that's a...
Oh, well,
Do you say that here and no one knows what you're talking about?
no, but...
And someone's like, if you dropped it, you dealt it? Like, how does that work?
There's no hope for a rhyme.
What do you think hooroo means?
Hooroo?
Hooroo.
Hooroo. Something to do with a kangaroo?
Hooroo.
Hooroo.
Is that the entomology? Is
Just
that
like
the
a
right word?
salutation. Like...
Hooroo.
Holy
greeting.
shit, Catherine, that's that. Yeah, it means see you
Ta-ra.
later. It means see you later.
Ta-ra.
Means goodbye.
Oh, right.
Oh, hooroo?
Yeah.
Hooroo.
Hooroo.
Why not just say goodbye? Jesus.
That went to slang, Adam.
I understand.
How did it come about? What's the sort of the...
Kangaroos first said that, and we just adopted it. I have no idea.
They bound off. Hooroo.
I have no idea how any of this works.
The podcast.
All right, everybody. Hello.
I love that transition.
Oh man, do I have something for you that I am. We're going to have one of our fan favourite segments that I do. England, tally-ho, pip, fuck off. Or New England. Go Pats, the Sox, lobsters. England or New England.
Oh, this is
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
All right. We have an intro for that, which we will play over everything that just happened. So, guys, is this England or New England? Mother earns $100 an hour after starting her own naked cleaning service. England or New England?
Wait.
Like a maid service, but she's naked while she cleans.
Yep.
Do the people
I think it's
watch?
England.
Do the people stay home and watch a naked person? Adam, are you just sloshing into the microphone?
I like that you live in a world where someone would pay someone $100 an hour to clean their home naked and not be there.
I'm just waiting for Adam to finish chewing.
Sorry, I brought granola bars, but they're really crunchy. And now Adam decided to eat
If
one
only we could
during
show
the
visuals on the podcast that people could see the granola bars.
Adam's going to whip out like a big pot of stew and just start stirring it in front of the microphone.
No, but why would you pay someone to clean naked unless you watched?
Exactly.
There's no point.
Jimmy's question was like a pork chop question. It was
And
adorable.
it's 100.
Also, 100's not... Like, I pay more than 100 now for someone to be close, so I would definitely... Unless it's pounds.
Well, an hour? You pay more than 100
Oh,
an
no,
hour?
I don't pay about 100 an hour.
Well, how attractive is your cleaning person? That's the thing. Maybe.
Jeez.
I'm saying that's a New England.
England.
Mum of 3 earns up to £95 an hour, $123 cleaning strangers' homes while completely naked.
So I thought you said 100.
Well, he was changing it because he didn't want to give it
Being a
away.
little deceptive.
But you could have just said 93. All you had to do is take out the currency, not change the number. I feel like I've been deceived.
Wait, did you just do the currency conversion in your head?
93 to 120.
That's not
Something.
quite right.
Anyway, whatever. No, I wasn't doing. That's what he just
She
said.
was making so much money, she quit her job and set up her own naked cleaning company. So now she has disciples that also, but she didn't-
Disciples?
or
Disciples.
Jesus?
she has workers that work for her. Her husband, Rob, 39, didn't really believe she was serious when she posed the idea, but insists it's fine. He's fine about it now.
Is that his real name, or did you change his
Her
name?
children declined to comment.
His real name's Pound. They declined to comment because they're infants.
Hey, I think that's fine. I think if you can earn a living, and you're comfortable
I
doing
was
that.
just thinking
I would,
about her 3 children.
I would think more of it's more of like the
How would you
the work,
react
but
as a
the risk
child?
of like getting like toxic cleaning chemicals on your bare skin. That's what I would worry about.
How would you react as a child, though, if your friend's father hired your mother?
If your
Hired
friend's
your own-
father hired your mother, oh, I see what you're saying. That's awkward, but
Got to make the pot
you got to make the
the
living.
pot like weird.
Right.
You got to earn those shillings.
David Beckham would be into it.
Because she's earning his respect.
I think it's a fantastic idea.
The podcast.
Let's do a segment I like to call Sports Heroes Head to Head. All right. So today, let's meet our contestants. Our first contestant, David Robert Joseph Beckham, born the 2nd of May, 1975, a former British professional footballer, the first English player to win league titles in 4 different countries, England, Spain, the United States, and France, retired in 2013. And in the other corner, what are you doing? You all right over there?
This is the episode of food and eating.
The food episode. In the other corner, Usain St. Leo Bolt.
That's not his real name, is it?
Yeah, Usain St. Leo Bolt.
What an
born,
awesome name.
Great name. Usain St. Leo Bolt.
That's fantastic.
Born 21st August 1986, a Jamaican former sprinter, world record holder in the 100-meter, 200-meter, and 4x100-meter relay.
This is the Bolt?
The Bolt.
They still stand, don't they?
I love the
Yeah, I
Bolt.
believe so. 8-time Olympic gold medalist.
Such an amazing human.
He He first gained fame for his double sprint victory and world record times in 2008 at the Beijing Olympics, which made him the first person ever to hold both records in the 100 and the 200 since fully automatic time became mandatory, whatever that means. Anyway, so David Beckham versus Usain Bolt playing Go Fish. Who wins?
I think Bolt, because his fast twitch reaction is got to be off the charts. Like, he was the fastest human in the world.
Go Fish is a card game.
Yeah, but
Okay.
isn't it the one where you got to, like...
No.
I'm thinking Snap. Okay.
Yeah, what?
Which one's Go Fish?
It's like you like,
What are the rules?
do you have 3 threes? And they go fish. And you're trying to get rid of all your cards. Is that right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. You're trying to make pairs. And
And once you have pairs, you can put them down.
ask you if they have that card, and then if they don't, they say go fish, and you have to pick up a new card.
And you get more cards. And you don't
So
want cards.
you have to try to remember which cards they're holding. Do you know? You
I
didn't
don't
play
think
Go-
I've ever played this game.
There's no drinking
Have you?
component typically,
So-
so it's not an Australian thing.
Beckham played more of a sport, like a team.
So,
It required a lot more sort of
strategy.
strategy.
More calculated.
Usain Bolt ran in a straight line.
Well, he also sometimes went around the
The
oval.
200 was he only
200,
had-
you go
it's
a little
bit, right?
bit. A little bit. It's like a
little
J.
bit,
A
yeah.
little, like, yeah.
It's like a J.
Curves to the left.
But less strategy.
He's like a
Typically.
he's like a NASCAR car. He just,
Okay. So I feel like the wheels are turning.
I feel if you try and get him to turn the other way, he can't. I'm going to give it to Beckham. He was the captain of the really shitty football team, England.
I'm sticking with Usain Bolt purely because
It's quick twitch.
because of his great reaction speed.
Quick twitch.
I'm going to say that if Bolt put on a wig, that Beckham would be thrown off by the gender.
I think everyone will be thrown off if Usain Bolt turns up.
he's like 7 feet tall.
How on earth?
I refuse to not bring everything back to the one.
Usain, why have you got
quote.
curly red long locks? I can't focus on this Go Fish game anymore.
Well, the answer is Wayne Gretzky. No, okay. I think it's a tough one, but let's take the same two.
I think it's a tough one.
It's a tough one.
It is.
I think it can go either way. I think it can go either way.
Go to the video.
I'm taking that at home with me.
I think. What if Beckham and the Bolt were bowling?
The Bolt.
What if they were bowling?
Lawn bowls?
Oh,
No, regular
definitely
10 pin.
I'm going Bolt.
Bolt.
Oh,
And what's the
Beckham
logic?
could kick it.
Well, Beckham can.
No, you can't kick it. You break his foot.
Beckham's got a lot of experience
Curling,
and bending.
So Bolt would throw it right up the middle.
Bend it like Beckham.
At 100
bend it
miles an hour.
Right.
Beckham would
I think
fizz
Bolt
it in from the side.
win just by pure strength because you can actually get away with being directionally not as good in bowling, but just
If it's very
so
hard.
His
hard.
arms.
Well,
he
He
could
can
feel
reach
like he would
halfway
just-
down the
he could
lane.
Yeah.
heave it.
But I feel like Bolt, maybe it would just be too distracting. The bowling lane looks
Because
so much
of the
like
wig.
the bowling lane looks so much like a 100-meter sprint course
Yes.
that he might just
run.
prong himself down at the start of the bowling lane and just take off on a sprint.
And then knock all the bowling pins down.
I would just think the flexibility you need. Like bowling, you kind of got to get low, and he's so tall. I would think bowling would be harder for a taller person. Like I think
It is.
NBA basketball players would have a tough time bowling. I would think. This is just my.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it could be.
And Beckham's probably pretty coordinated.
I think amateur bowlers are better throwing it straight. So I think he would win the straight battle because he's so strong.
Bolt.
Bolt. I'm going Bolt.
Okay.
Bolt.
No wig, Bolt.
Bolt, no wig.
Maintaining his aerodynamics.
The correct answer, as always, is Wayne Gretzky.
The podcast.
Time for my favorite educational segment, Random Commonwealth Country Update. Well, we're going to learn today about a country you may not know about. Jimmy may. It's the country of Vanuatu.
Oh, I've been there.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
For
I'm
real?
so
Vanuatu, yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
When were you there?
2008. I was on a cruise, and we
Really?
stopped at Vanuatu.
Can you tell us a bit about Vanuatu?
It's well, I mean, I don't want to steal your thunder here.
How much did the hookers cost?
Cheap.
Did they vacuum naked?
It's no, you take it away, Catherine.
It's a
He wasn't there.
island in the southern Pacific Ocean in the archipelago. Archipelago?
Yeah.
Are you asking how to say archipelago?
Archipelago.
Well,
Michelangelo.
I am asking. Archipelago?
It's your name.
Sounded right.
Archipelago's correct.
It's composed of several islands east of New Guinea, west of Fiji. Did you go straight from Australia to it's not a crazy long boat. Right?
No. Well, I mean,
They rode.
we don't row that. Yeah, it's not.
It's not canoeable from Australia.
It's cruisable.
It's cruisable. It is cruisable. Yeah. If you just want to pop
Arthur
out
Miller.
on your own personal cruise ship, you'll be fine.
Population is only about 300,000. The currency is the Vanuatu. Very cool. So a little story. So it was had indigenous populations, and they think that the indigenous populations were there as early as 1300 BC, which is pretty early. Then they had contact with Europeans in 1606.
They cruised over.
Yeah, with a Portuguese
Brought a
explorer.
couple diseases.
And just obviously immediately renamed the island because that's what they did. The southern land of the Holy Spirit. Before.
Wait, is the current name the renamed name?
No, it has been renamed back to. Yeah, it's
And then it
named
went-
back to the original
It's like the
name.
Maldives.
So what did the British change it to?
The southern land of the Holy Spirit.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
But probably in that a different language.
I wasn't
but
listening.
Then,
Apologies for the syphilis.
because he thought he'd arrived in Australia.
Oh, he thought it was the prison
very
colony?
confused, and then he arrived to Australia, and he was like, "Just kidding. This is the land, the southern land of the Holy Spirit."
Who was the
I don't have
was it Cook?
a name. A Portuguese explorer. It wasn't Cook.
His name was Columbus.
It wasn't.
Columbus's brother.
It wasn't.
Christopher Columbus.
Columbus. He's like, they flipped a coin. You go for India. I'm going for Australia.
You go east, I'll go west.
I'll go east.
See you later,
took a wrong
Christopher.
turn at Albuquerque?
What do you think the country's number one export is?
Tourism.
Export.
Is that not an export?
I think that's like the number one, like GDP or like
Economic driver. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's not an export.
Is it? I don't know if they have it in Vanuatu. Carver. I don't know if that's just in like
What
New
is
Zealand.
that?
It's a lot of Pacific Islands have it. It's like a
palm oil.
No, it's like I don't know how to describe it. It's basically like muddy water, but it has a numbing effect. So I think it would be used in a lot of Pacific.
They opened a bar right next to my apartment.
Did they?
I went to a kava bar a couple weeks ago. That gets you get a nice little buzz from it.
You get a little buzz from it.
Well,
it's disgusting.
I think it's no.
The taste is gross, but you just chug it and you get a buzz. Yeah,
I think it's a different type of kava.
but you don't get hungover from it.
Oh no, they're telling me this is the kava to end.
Are they? Okay, yeah. Because it's not alcohol.
No.
But you drink it and then you just lose sensation in your mouth.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, it's good. The taste is terrible, but the experience is fun.
I don't know if kava's in Vanuatu, but that would be my guess because I know that's
but it's a Pacific Island root thing.
That is incorrect.
Yeah, it's a root. Thank you. It's come from a root.
That is interesting, though, but incorrect. It's frozen fish.
Oh,
So,
that makes sense.
Like huge, like 70%.
They
of the country's exports
the
are
fish come out frozen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is it in the Antarctic? I think wouldn't it just be fish and they have?
what kind of fish?
That's a good
Why
point. Why are you specifying?
Why frozen?
No,
Aren't they just fish?
The other 30% of their export is warm fish.
All I know is by the time it leaves the country, they're frozen. We don't know how.
Frozen in terror of having to leave their
That
native.
happens on this podcast a couple of times where you say something and then someone asks a question and you look it down. You're like, I don't have that.
That does happen.
That
That happens a lot.
happens a lot.
One of these islands has a festival where they have a very special tradition, and the tradition is known
They
as...
freeze fish.
The old fish freezing festival. Triple F, they call it.
They freeze fish, and they do something called land diving.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
Do you know what the modern, or like the equivalent that this was the invented, the original version of what sport that exists now?
Bungee jumping.
Bungee
Yeah.
jumping.
It's insane. Go and watch a YouTuber documentary. They
so
build
crazy.
these giant. They'll either
Yeah.
get a tree or they build these giant towers, and they
Vines.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They touch. It is insane to watch.
And when the vines snap,
And
sometimes?
they said it's the swinging. More of a swinging than a straight down?
No, they
straight
jump.
dive.
And it's like
And
But
there's-
when the vine gets taut, you would just snap. wouldn't
You'd
you?
hope not.
No, but like it would not be good for your body.
It's more, I feel like, demanding on the body than like
Yeah.
bungee jumping is.
Only
It
we
was
could
way
show
more
videos.
extreme. They jump off a 98-foot high
Yeah.
wooden tower with their ankles tied to vines.
Right, and you go and watch it, and it's not like, as you said, the vines don't have that give that a bungee cord
Right.
does. So you
No.
you kind of just like there's a big whiplash.
Oh.
It doesn't look
Oh.
enjoyable. It's full on.
Yeah.
It's called land jumping.
Land diving.
Land diving.
But what's funny is like
That was
then,
the original name.
you know, that's been around forever, and then in like the 1980s, New Zealand was like, we invented bungee jumping, but like really
Oh.
the art, like that
Cultural appropriation,
tradition.
the Australasia edition.
Land diving is a much scarier term.
For sure. All the
Bungee
like
jumping.
native Pacific Islanders must go and see like all these tourist bungee jumping.
Right.
Just be
Yeah.
like, you pussies.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The podcast.
Alrighty, team, it's time to vote on our MVP nomination of the episode. And Piers, take it away with your vote. Oh, and the episode names as well.
I really enjoyed Adam's segment. I thought that was really fun.
What did Adam
I
do?
don't remember what
You
it
don't even
was.
remember what I did. That was so generic.
I really enjoyed. I thought Adams was the most
I mean, I agree. I just
sparked the most conversation.
What specifically did
It
you like
was-
about it, Piers?
I love that Wayne Gretzky was
Just-
featured heavily in David Beckham versus Usain Bolt. I thought that was a great combination because I actually thought they were so bizarre and the things they were doing were so not either of them. I thought it was a beautiful moment in podcast time history.
I'll give it to
I thought I was
Adam.
god awful. I'm sorry. I'll be better next
my
next
what are you
week.
talking about? You were great.
You're so hard.
I'm just saying that, but you were good.
I'm going to give it to Adam because he has been the worst participant on this. He's chewed into the microphone, wiped his nose, and now he's watching a video, crinkled paper, that no one can see of land diving.
I'll watch
But
it-
you know
I'll
what?
watch it
I'm going to
later.
give it to you, Adam, because I feel bad because I was kind of mean to you, but I feel like you might have deserved it.
Did you vote yet?
You didn't even listen to anything.
No, I heard all what you said. I internalized it.
Absorbed.
I'm voting for Catherine because I like the Vanuatu segment. Also, the export frozen fish fact was fun.
The Triple F Fest.
Yeah. So I think that I would think the name of this episode should be the Frozen Fish
Frozen
Festival.
Fish Festival, yeah.
Frozen fish festival.
And perhaps predictably, I think the MVP of the episode was Wayne Gretzky.
Alrighty, friends and family, thanks again, as always, for listening. We'll see you next week.
Send us emails.
At
info@uncommonwealthpodcast.com.
Like the Empire, we're only almost done. We hope that you've had lots of fun. Was it relevant? Probably not. But thanks for giving this part a shot. Stay tuned for the end of Uncommon Wealth, the podcast.
I'm Catherine Rollinson, and I'm here with my co-hosts Jimmy H. Beatty, Adam Mueller, and Pierce Morton. Oh, we are
I have a panic attack every time you do that.
I
can't handle it.
feel very nervous.
I had to look at my shoes. I can't make eye contact.
Yeah.
There's another part. We're also 4 expat comedians just sitting.
Try that part again.
Yeah.
Expat,
You somehow
Commonwealth
lose
comedians.
the ability to speak whenever, but only in the intro.
And we're live.
What's in that cracker?
You don't have to do the live part. You can just do the second part again.
What is it?
That we're 4 people.
There's 4 of us.
Okay.
There are 4.
From the top.
We are 4 expat comedians
From Commonwealth countries.
from Commonwealth countries talking about stuff. That's what, you know what? That is just a bullshit
That'll be tight when we edit
intro.
it. That'll be crisp. That'll be crisp.
We are 4 expat comedians. From we are 4 expat comedians from Commonwealth countries.
And that's
here
our
to talk
time,
about
everybody. We will see you with the...
You ruined my good day.
Do it one more time.
I
We are-
ruined it.
We are 4 expat shit.
There's so much emphasis on Pat.
We are 4 expat comedians from Commonwealth countries here to talk about stuff.
Hey!
Wow, we did it.
Wow.
Oh, and now for Jimmy.
No, she did it in the first part. You're fine.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Amazing.
No, go ahead, Jimmy.
We could make a whole eventually we can make a whole episode just of Catherine attempting.
We can
intros.
fill 20 minutes
We can
of
fill 20
Catherine
minutes.
attempting the intro.
Yeah.
The podcast.
You know what? I just think Jimmy should always do the intro and the sign off.
Wait, because you can't.
Because you can't.
can't get through it without.
I just feel like the accent makes it sound. I need to have a bite of something, but I'm gonna.
No, wait. You should be like Adam. Wait till we start recording, and then.
What else you got, man?
The podcast.
Ooh, that's. We gotta get
As you
that.
stand there just caressing your mic stand.
Yeah. Adam, why were you licking your lips when you said that?
The dramatic pause, too.
The podcast.